Hello everyone, it's me Jacob. I've started a Spider-Man book club. I don't know, I just felt like it. Nah, but this is just to prepare for Spider-Man 2. I mean, come on, you gotta do your research, right? Well, I think it's finally time to watch Spider-Man 2. Who's that?
Pizza time!
Pizza? That's not allowed in here.
Oh, but I'm not delivering pizza.
So, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm recruiting you to work as a pizza delivery guy.
Why would I want that?
Because it's the best thing in the world!
Sure, I'll do it. But why are you even doing this?
Because we create power on screen.
Well, it seems like I have got a job as a pizza delivery guy. The next delivery is in 2 hours and 10 minutes and I really want to watch Spider-Man 2. So let's do that before to kill some time.
So, Spider-Man 1 happened, and it was a great success, grossing over 800 million worldwide and did the impossible.
What's that?
Made superhero movies respected.
So you're the one who started this apocalypse?
Yeah, you see, superhero movies had gone off the road after Batman and Robin, but Spider-Man 1 rebuilt that road better than it was before. This movie was not only about a superhero fighting tough guys, it was also about the person behind the mask, the fragile Peter Parker. Right after Spider-Man 1 was released, Raimi did not celebrate, and instead started working on Spider-Man 2, and 2 years later it was released. Spider-Man 2 grossed almost as much as the first one did, and it was met with better reviews by critics than the first one was. Some critics even called this the best superhero movie of all time back then.
But let's put that to the test. I mean, we have had so many new superhero movies the past 20 years. So this movie may not deserve that title anymore.
Spider-Man 2 is about Peter Parker, who's madly in love with a girl, who struggles to balance his normal and superhero life, and who also fights a new villain with 8 limbs. And this struggle Peter has with Spider-Man is shown in the first scene.
And how is that shown?
An epic robbery heist, a big battle with Doc Ock. No. None of that. Instead...
Pizza time.
Yes, Spider-Man 2 opens up with Peter Parker delivering pizza.
Huh. Like me.
And it is a fantastic opening. Peter is late to his job due to a certain disturbance and is forced to
Go 42 blocks in 7.5 minutes.
And how does he do that? That's right, but on the way he gets distracted with Spider-Man stuff and this ends up costing him his job. This first scene sets the tone of what this movie is going to be about.
In other words, a hell for our dear Peter.
You see, when Spider-Man saves a life or stops a crime, Peter Parker loses something in return. This happens throughout the movie. When Peter's on his way to MJ's play, he ends up getting distracted, so when he gets to the play, it has already started, and he is not allowed to go in, which upsets MJ due to him promising her to be there earlier. As you might have guessed, Spider-Man 2 isn't really about the responsibility like last time. Instead, it's about choice, because while it's good of Peter to use his powers for the greater good, it can't spill over to his personal life. So is it really worth doing all of this when in return it ruins your normal life?
No, it's not, Peter. A pizza job would suit you so much better.
Spider-Man is really ruining Peter's life. He can't remember his birthday, Harry hates him, he can barely pay his rent, he fails at school, and most importantly, he can't have a romantic relationship with MJ. In fact, she's moved on from Peter, kind of. In one of the earlier scenes, MJ tries to make Peter open up on why he's acting so strange, but Peter refuses and that gives MJ the green light to date an astronaut who just happens to be J. Jonah Jameson's son.
Yikes.
Which devastates Peter, so it's no surprise that he starts losing his powers after this, because they are not giving him anything good anymore. Peter tries to make it right with MJ, but it's too late, and when he hears that MJ is getting married, Peter is at an all-time low. So he falls again, and decides, fuck it, let's quit this bullshit, and then follow that sad scene with one of the funniest scenes in the movie. Yeah, Spider-Man 2 is the only movie that can do a thing like this without it being bad. Peter now enjoys life again and doesn't care if thousands of people get hurt every day.
I mean, why would you when you can eat hot dogs?
And not only are people getting hurt, but a crazy scientist named Otto Octavius has become a monster. He's a scientist that Peter in the beginning looks up to, and why wouldn't he? Octavius has everything Peter wants. He's a successful scientist and his wife just happens to have red hair.
Doesn't that sound familiar?
He's basically everything Peter wants to be. Well, not entirely. Like Norman Osborn, Octavius does an experiment that goes a little wrong, resulting in the death of his wife and his descent into becoming evil, due to the intelligence of the arms on him taking over. So, Octavius gets busy with funding his new experiment, but now without Peter crossing him. And speaking of Peter, yeah, he's still retired. Although, he does try to be Spider-Man after Aunt May gives him some advice, so Peter tries to be Spider-Man.
That's going to go well.
Peter does not get his powers back here, because being inspired is not something that can justify him being Spider-Man. He needs a real reason, which is actually what he gets when Doc Ock kidnaps MJ, giving him that real reason he needed. Now Spider-Man is back in action. He fights Doc Ock on a fast-moving train and gives it all when he is forced to stop a train filled with passengers. Arriving at the last fight scene, here Peter doesn't defeat Doc Ock with his fists, but rather with words. Peter can't stop the arms attached to Doc Ock, but he can make Doc Ock stop the arms himself. By exposing his identity to Doc Ock and telling wise words that originally came from Octavius.
You once spoke to me about intelligence.
Intelligence is not a privilege, it's a gift.
That it was a gift to be used for the good of mankind.
And also from Aunt May.
Sometimes, to do what's right, we have to be steady
and
give up the thing we want the most. Even our dreams.
This is enough for Doc Ock to make things right. And he goes out as a hero and stops his own experiment that would have otherwise killed the entire city. And MJ finally realizes why Peter is the way he is, because he is Spider-Man. But like before, Peter must react her.
I guess old habits don't die hard.
At least until MJ runs off from her own wedding just to be with Peter, which this time Peter can't twist out from, because MJ has made a decision and Peter must respect that. So Peter finally gets the girl he's been dreaming of, but most importantly, he can now live a stable life as both Spider-Man and as Peter Parker. And it is so nice to see this happen. After all the torture Peter's been through, he really deserves a break. And that is Spider-Man 2. The first movie was really good, and its sequel is better in basically every way you can think of. The fight scenes are 10 times better than before, the cinematography and visual storytelling is even better. Sam Raimi's flavor of horror, which felt a little out of place in the first movie, is excellent here, especially the hospital scene. MJ's plotline is improved, Peter's struggles feel much more impactful. Doc Ock isn't really better than the Green Goblin, he's basically just as good, which is not a bad thing because the Green Goblin was such a good villain. CGI? Sure, not everything is perfect, but some shots in particular genuinely look good with CGI. Also, Harry and Aunt May are in this movie. Harry finds out who Spider-Man is, and let's just say that something here gets teased for the next movie. Aunt May might also know. It's not explicitly told that Aunt May knows that Peter is Spider-Man, but there are hints to it. With that in mind, it makes the scene with her giving advice to Peter all the more interesting. But with all that said, is this movie the best superhero movie of all time? The answer to that question is...
Hell yeah, I love this movie. It's not only my favorite superhero movie of all time, but just one of my favorite movies of all time in general. But now that I'm done watching Spider-Man 2, I sadly have to close the book club, and I also have to deliver this pizza. But that's okay, it should be 1 minute left of the delivery. Shit, I need to go!
And this is why we love pizza.